Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm back today with another reading. So much have changed for me over the past couple of days. The energies have been like insane, I feel. Really quite chaotic all over the place. Huge shifts and changes going on like within the collective subconscious. And so I wanted to do a reading, but when I picked up the deck, even it was a lot of this scrambled energy. All of the cards were just completely in the opposite direction. And so I just get the feeling that we're moving through times where, people are on such different paths. That's what it feels like. It feels like the collective is really going in all of these different uh, ways. I'm seeing like almost like a starfish, that if all of us humans we were one being, it's almost like we're in this time now where we are turning into an eight-legged creature. Like it's like boom, spreading into all of these different directions. And so to read the energy, it's just wow, so overwhelming. And so actually the message that I've been getting, or that I'm getting now, for those of you that are watching, is to look to synchronicity above words. I might not be able to pick up on the specific details of your path at the moment. That's what I'm feeling. But synchronicities will come through to guide you. So that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting, that we're in a time where it's not so much about the word or the narrative. Those that can see, those that know how to kind of decipher synchronicities, they will they will see a lot, is what I'm hearing. So let's just leave it at that and start pulling some cards here. I'm gonna use this Cecchioli deck. This is a cool deck. It's a deck that's really good, I find, for deciphering the astral and the subconscious. So let's see if we can get a card here. I've chosen a seating place today that is actually highly uncomfortable. It's like I'm sitting on some rocks. So I don't know what that means, but it's not very comfortable. Oh, yeah, so many cards. Okay, so bunch of cards flying out. I'm only gonna pick the ones that turned upside down. So let's see here. Interesting. The cards that came out was this one. And then, oh, so this is quite interesting. If you look at these cards, let's look at this one first. She is kind of like pretending to rest on this daybed. But and this, I don't know, like winged creature is flying in, it's zooming in towards her, and it almost looks like, yeah, I don't know, when I look at it I'm not sure, is it coming with a message, or is it gonna drain my blood with these antennas here? And so I feel like maybe that's what she's thinking, because if you look closely you see that she's pretending to relax, but she's just like reaching for this like electrifying device, something that can kill this winged being with electricity. So she's paranoid, basically. She's kind of paranoid. But what was interesting was that this came out in reverse. And if you look at the other card, it's a girl that is listening to a story that's being told by a rabbit. This is kind of also giving me a little bit like Alice in Wonderland vibes, following the white rabbit. the rabbit that takes you into the earth itself, you know, into the inner earth. This is of course again like symbolic. It's talking about, you know, I feel right now it's talking about understanding more of the fabric of our reality, experimenting with it, becoming, because I think in today's world it's like many people don't know anything about their own body. For instance, it's like they don't know anything about their own physiology, the different parts of the body, you know, when these parts were manifested here on earth. If we think about it, you know, our body is like this layer of time. It holds technologies that came into creation through millions and millions and millions of years. And so our body is just, it's beyond our mind, you know, it's wiser beyond our mind. And most people don't know anything about it. And so I feel like we're moving into a time where it's almost as if the people that are starting to understand more about the fabric of reality, you know, the way that our body is constructed, and the way that also affects our psyche, you know, our what we see in the astral. A lot of the times I just feel that what we're seeing in the astral is just, we're seeing the history of how our body was built, you know, all of these different guides that are coming through. Many times I feel like these must just be cells within my body, because I can see how they are linked to different times and different tendencies and different feelings, and I don't know. But I feel like it's something about that if we're able to start to ground these messages and this guidance that is coming through in our dreams and in our subconscious, then it's almost like we're gonna start to step out of paranoia. You know, there's no need to be paranoid anymore when we stop taking things so literally, and when we start to learn how to actually decipher the guidance in a different way. I feel like that's when we can truly step away from religion. Not that religion is bad, but I feel like it's almost a crutch. It's something we need to believe when we don't understand. Like if we cannot understand reality ourselves, if we cannot truly navigate and find our own way, then belief isn't necessary for us to be able to kind of live in peace. You know, we need a strong leader to follow. But once we begin to understand ourselves and once we begin to learn how to decipher our own internal guidance, what it actually means, that's when I feel like we can let go of a lot of these dogmas, you know, that in essence it keeps us trapped. So let's also pull some tarot cards here. Now wait, I'm being guided to show you the card that was underneath the deck. The white rabbit again here, and the white rabbit is seemingly drinking from this. What is this? She reminds me of the Empress. Again, this is a message that's been coming through for many readings now. It's like that the changes, the big changes that are happening now are happening in very, very deep layers, you know, in realms that most people don't go. They're not consciously aware of these realms. A lot of the time I find that this is the rabbit oftentimes symbolizes these realms to me. It's like deep, deep layers of our body, layers that we can't really speak to using words. You know, we can't command the rabbit and say like, don't be fearful anymore. It doesn't work. You know, the rabbit doesn't listen to words. It needs the milk of the mother to kind of find the right book to read from, to find the right guide, and to start to understand itself. That's what I'm feeling. And so there's something about that to, if you're having a lot of fear, if you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling the feeling of being uneasy, not knowing where to go, things like that, activate, I feel, your divine feminine energy and start to like breastfeed yourself, basically, you know, start to give yourself something that is actually nourishing, something that is supporting, something that can help this fearful part of you grow. That's what I'm feeling, because it's almost like this is the key to starting to understand and stepping out of this fear of you know, this paranoia, this feeling of being hunted, of not knowing what you can trust and what you cannot trust. If you can begin to understand, you will know. Like, you will begin to find this trust within yourself. But I feel like at this point in time, it has to happen from within. It's like we all have to learn how to navigate the world for ourselves. If we want to step out of, you know, codependency and duality and needing some kind of big light to follow, you know, some kind of guide, external guide to follow, then I feel like we need to understand ourselves, you know, that are always communicating to us. Card coming out, Six of Pentacles. What is this about? And underneath the deck was actually the Star in reverse. And the Nine of Wands underneath there. Ooh, interestingly, and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like this is actually a message right now. It's kind of a harsh message. It's saying, you know, what you feed is what you get, kind of. So the energies that you will feed within yourself, you know, the energies that excite you, these are the energies that you will get more of in your life. And so it's kind of a little bit of a initiation, a test of maturity, I feel, for many, in a way, to see, like, if we, because it's very easy to get kind of excited with darker energies. You know, it's almost something that is a little bit of a, it's a trap as well within our culture. You know, it excites us and pulls on us, and it's like, it's easy to lose your power when you face these darker energies. It's like the push and pull. It's like the whore and the Madonna, you know, it's exciting. It gets us high and it gets us hot, and then it's like we plummet down into depression, and then we go around in these cycles over and over and over. And it almost feels like we're doing something, you know, and in a way we are, but if you look at it from another perspective, it's almost just as if we're wasting our energy. That's what I'm feeling. And so I feel like this is a little bit of like warning, kind of. It's just like what you invest into, you know, the energies that you let fuel you, that becomes your blood magic. You know, these are the parts of your brain that you're feeding and allowing to grow, you know, the parts that are associated with these darker energies. And so, of course, over time, we become more and more like that. It's more and more difficult to not be like that. So I feel like with the star in reverse is like, be very mindful of the energies that you're choosing right now, the energies that you're feeding with your blood inside your own mind. Because I feel also with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, there's a tendency towards, you know, escapism, not being willing to do the work. And that's fine, you know, but then I feel like don't expect to get anything else. You know, that's the message that's coming through. It's like you get in return what you invest into right now. That's what I'm feeling. So actually it feels as if the energy, the karmic retribution has gotten a little bit harder in a way. It's like a little bit harsher. Truth is a little bit harsher right now. And with the Nine of Wands, it's like we're close to the end of a long cycle. Some of us are. But it's like, so it's again, it's like this warning. So don't let the lizard fool you at this stage, you know. Don't start to feed and fuel this part of your brain unless that's where you want to go, unless that's the time that you want to live in. You know, a time where you actually do have to be fearful of every step because there is a predator hunting you. You know, I feel like that. I feel like we can call back these times now if we start really feasting on those energies. But we can also choose to enter into very, very peaceful times now if we are aware. So I'm actually just gonna end the reading right there. I hope that you're doing good. Take care for now, and goodbye.